Tonight, our most gigantic green gadget rolls up.
It looks like it's bigger than I thought it would be.
Gas-guzzling Gary gets converted to biodiesel. And we get sent back to school. We're looking for some bottles to turn into hippopotamus.
Would you like me to turn the bottle into a hippopotamus?
Exactly, yeah. Last time I was on the Wirral with the Keenan family, the place was a muddy building site. It's time to find out how the most ambitious project in the series is coming along. When will it ever end? Hello? Hello, hello, hello?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, look
at the ripped jeans. Look at the ripped jeans.
Don't stop, don't stop. I want to watch this. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Shameful.
Very well.
Good to see you. This is good. So, we're on the outside.
Well,
that window wasn't there like that. Excuse me, that window wasn't there like that last time.
What do you mean with glass in it?
No, it had no glass in it,
In
definitely
fact,
not.
the glazer should have been finished, and there's a couple of bits. Most of it's glazed now.
And they're coming. Oh, look at this! The copper's looking very good.
It's gorgeous,
You like
isn't it?
it?
Yeah, the copper.
I really like it.
Is that the roof you expected?
Splendid, isn't it?
I
Gorgeous.
think it's
Is
even
that what you
better than I
expected?
expected.
Yeah.
colour-wise.
Do you like it?
Whoa!
No, the red thing's not going to be there.
Yeah, we're not using that.
No.
The Keenans started building their eco-home last summer. Using sustainable materials, their oak-framed, line-rendered house will be completely self-sufficient in energy and water.
What's this look like?
They've already installed a ground source heat pump for all their heating. A huge tank to store and reuse rainwater. And all their electricity will be provided by a giant wind turbine. The main house will be built on the site of their old bungalow, but work hasn't even started on that yet. This is just the guest wing. It's looking really good, isn't it?
We're making
So
progress.
where's the sofa? Where's the carpet?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello. You mean here we go?
Is it Easter yet? No.
Yeah.
Hold on. First time I came to see you, it's going to be October. Yeah. Then it was going to be
Sorry, Sam.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still reckon you're going to be in by Easter?
No.
An Easter
Can I just say,
holiday.
No, it's the end of
you need to
August
know
for the main house,
Easter's
isn't
2
it?
weeks away. All right.
We're getting there.
Right. It is. You come on a very long way. It looks like a real building now, doesn't it? What about the budget?
no-
The budget.
there's
Do you not
no-
get faced by the budget?
Absolutely do.
We do get phased by the budget, of course we do, but we're keeping an eye on it. And the very fact that we're doing all the plastering and all the rendering ourselves is going to save many
That puts
thousands.
money back into your
It's gonna save many
contingency. Yeah.
thousands. And
Yeah.
so the bits, and also, you know, we're doing all the plastering and rendering, and it might not be the perfect job that a professional could do, but you know what? It's so much nicer to do it yourself.
Are you finding skills you didn't know you have? Because obviously the project management, I'm not going to be rude about your project management, but 7 months later
It
the schedule does
sucks.
say... Yeah, you're so right, it
I know,
sucks. Yeah.
but do you know what? I always knew it would.
This is really nice and light, isn't it? The guest accommodation is almost finished, but their eco-giant has yet to arrive, so we'll definitely be back for that. Meanwhile, Jolly Green Jim and I are off to Cambridge. Oh, look at that. You see, this is what we want to see. Solar-powered, wind-powered speed signs. Look at that.
There's a cheap source of renewable power.
Yeah, look at that. I bet it's much cheaper than laying the cable to it. Gary Farrer is a mechanic who wants to run on biodiesel, a carbon-neutral fuel made from vegetable oil.
I've got a diesel car that's rather thirsty. I'm obviously interested in the green aspect as well, but, you know, rather than paying £1 a litre for diesel, if we can find an alternative, and all well and good.
I'm really looking forward to building this thing with Gary, you know, because I think we learnt a lot from what we were doing, and he's going to be a completely different setup. And the thing I like about it as well is he's been out and scrounged everything, which is just the way forward. Man after my own heart. Gary has found a good supply of used oil from his local takeaway.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Wonderful.
And some other essential bits in a skip. You know, I'd be very happy for everybody and all these houses all around here to go and do something green just to save money. And they don't think they're eco-warriors, they don't think they're doing green, so I don't care. Hello, Gary.
Hello there.
Dick, mate. Good to see you.
Nice to meet
Jim,
you.
good to see you.
Hi, Jim. You all right? Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
An old hot water tank is perfect for the job.
But it's heavy.
Gary scrounged this one from a mate.
It's all recycled copper as well. This hasn't cost me a penny, this stuff. It's all been free.
You can't just put waste vegetable oil into your diesel car. You need to break it down first in a biodiesel reactor.
This is the immersion heater, which means that we can actually heat the oil up because you have to do the reaction at 50 degrees, and this is just the easiest way to do it.
Once the reactor, all the plumbing's done, we still need to put it somewhere. What we'll do is we'll set it in and then we'll brace it against the wall so, so it's safe. But we're going to have to build something probably about this height so you can get your containers underneath it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, so wood, scrappy bits, plumbing bits, and Jim and I'll go and drink tea while we're waiting.
Wonderful. Great.
I get all the hard jobs. Work harder, Gary. Come on, work hard. Jim.
Oh, here we go. Go on.
Jim. He's countersinking the screws. You won't go to heaven if you do things like that, you know. He's countersinking the screws. Next job for the Keenans is to install a reed bed for all their grey water and toilet waste. This is a clever ecosystem that processes sewage. Waste from your loo goes to a septic tank where it breaks down. Liquid waste then flows to the reed bed. The reeds and waste-eating bacteria in the soil filter everything and clean water comes out the other end. And here's one someone else made earlier.
Once it's greened up, within, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks, it'll be full of grass and be rather nice. But the moment looks a bit raw. It'll be there in a minute.
This is our reed bed. Going in.
You're going to explain how it works?
It works, and that's all I need to know.
In their bid to be self-sufficient, the Keenans will dispose of all their sewage in a totally natural way. And let's not forget, all their loos are flushed by rainwater. You can't get much greener than that.
As soon as you put it in
Yep.
and work up to...
But in terms of it getting looking established, it's going to take what, most of the season really, or into next year.
No.
It'll be quicker than that.
By the end of July, there should be a nice rich carpet of green thingies.
How's it going, Sam? Good. Now, Sam, we're not allowed to walk on that middle bit, okay?
Why not?
Because
it's
it's
the
got
wall.
really important things in it.
What are they?
Plants. It's got really important plants that are going to grow,
Into the biggest living thing?
not quite into the biggest living thing, but they're going to grow quite big. Just looks like a mound of mud.
Is that right? Yeah.
What you need is creative vision. It will be gorgeous because I've seen them when they're established and they're lovely. And the nice thing about the reeds is they'll grow quickly.
It will be gorgeous and it will easily cope with all 6 toilets the Keenans are installing. In Cambridge, the biodiesel plant has got legs. Set up on the plyboard.
That's supposed to happen.
That's all right, it's not screwed in yet, that's all right. Just pop it in here. Is the floor even?
The floor's not even.
Good, thank you. I don't want any blame for our master carpentry skills. Now here's the recipe. First heat the oil to remove any water. Then add some clever chemicals. Mix for 2 hours, leave to separate, then wash and dry. You see, because to be fair, this sort of stuff ends up in landfill.
really.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, because, you know, it's a matter of, it is biodegradable, that's not the issue. But why turn it into waste when it can be used? See all that? That's what we're going to be putting in the car.
Yeah?
I'll give you a lift up, sweetheart. You ready? You see?
Yeah.
See the splashiness?
Yeah.
Okay, what Dad's done, this is how clever your dad is, you two, yeah? He's taken all this stuff that he got from the kebab man, yeah? All of this, and he's popped it in here, which he built, and then, with a little bit of magic and some chemicals, he's turned it into diesel for the car, which means he's saving money, which means he'll be able to buy you more prezzies. How good is that?
Really good.
Yeah, we like that one. Bethan's woken up now, she's realised.
It's ever so good.
It is ever so good, yeah? Time to harvest, mate, this is what it's all about.
Here we go. Diesel.
Look at that pipe.
Wow, look at that.
Having scrounged most of the ingredients, Gary will now make biodiesel at a cost of just 41p a litre, including tax. That'll save him at least £1,000 a year.
It's heavy.
Get it in there. Come on, muscles, you can do it. Do you know how
Can you
much space
smell
you've
it
got in your...
coming through? Can you smell it when Daddy's pouring it?
Yeah.
Hold your nose. Right, give us some revs, Jim. Let's see what it smells like. Let's see what it smells like.
Pour it now.
Smell.
Yeah, it smells like barbecue.
Does it?
Yeah. I can't smell anything.
It does smell barbecue-y, actually.
It does.
Yeah, it smells like
So it doesn't smell like oil, does it?
No.
So that means that you're officially now on biodiesel.
Hey!
Who's a clever man?
Daddy!
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Hey, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Thank you very much.
Now we've gone green.
That's excellent. Well done, you. Hey, listen, make sure you keep making it, all right? Make Dad do lots of it. Take care. See ya.
Thank you very much.
If you don't fancy making your own biodiesel, there's a network of garages across the country where you can fill up.
Hello, mate. Dick Strawbridge, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Yes, James. Hi,
James.
Nice to meet you.
Amy.
It's the first time we've actually managed to find somewhere we come and they've got one of these.
Oh, really?
Aidy Lawton makes so much biodiesel, he can run his own filling station.
Watch this very carefully, yeah?
Yeah,
James is taking £10 out of his wallet. That's unusual. There you go.
Okay. It'll be something like that. Give or take a few pence.
That's pleasure. Pleasure. Look after yourself.
Thank you
And
very
good
much.
luck.
Really good to
Keep
meet you.
flogging it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Take care. Cheers.
Next stop, a primary school in St Albans. We've been summoned to see the headmaster.
It's been over 30 years since I've sat outside the headmaster's office.
I used to always get sweaty hands when I was waiting for the headmaster.
Hello. Hello again. Hi. Lovely to see you. How are you? Nice to see you.
Mr Sturgis is keen to reduce the amount of water they use. 200 kids means a lot of flushes, but a very simple device called a water hippo can make a huge difference.
Okay, what we're doing is we're looking to try and save energy in the school. And one of the things we're trying to save is how much water you use to flush your loos. Okay? And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it so every time you flush the loo, not as much water comes out. So what we're doing is, instead of having a full cistern of water going down to flush the loo, we're taking up some of the space in the cistern with a bottle. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Each cistern needs 2 square ones. 2 of these for each of our 18 cisterns. How many do we need? What's your name?
Townsend.
Townsend, how many do you need?
36.
36. Who agrees with Townsend? You're such a clever boy. Put your hand up so quickly there. 36 of those. Big smile, girl. Well done. Listen, it's nearly lunchtime, so I'm going to say thank you very much indeed. And next time we come back, we're looking for some bottles so that we can actually save water. Be good. See you later.
See you soon.
So we've given the kids the task of collecting as many bottles as they can. With lessons over, it's playtime.
James, you playing for the boys or the girls? Oh, I don't know. I'm playing for the girls. Kick it down this way, kick it down that way. Go, girls! Go, girls! It's 1-0, by the way. We scored when you weren't looking. Oh, it was unlucky, son. Yeah. Have you not scored?
No, have you?
I have, yeah.
It's a magic number.
It's an early start for the Keenans. Their giant, an enormous wind turbine, has finally arrived.
It looks like it's bigger than I thought it would be.
Hey, Grace, what about that?
Hello, mate. How you doing, all right?
How are we doing? It's huge! Is it as big as you thought it was going to be?
Bigger.
Bigger. I haven't seen one this big. It makes ours look a bit dwarf-like, James, doesn't it?
Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
What are you doing?
I'm grand. Does look cool, doesn't it? And last night I went to bed, I had these visions of it arriving all in one piece. And I'm thinking, how are they going to make the corner? Oh, it's all going to go wrong.
The nightmare. On our way here, we had a bit of traffic, and we were thinking, oh,
that'll be them.
Because at the end of the road there's a bit of a traffic jam and literally it could have been the turbine going round the corner, stuck there. This huge turbine will provide all their electricity. It costs £42,000, but will pay for itself in 10 years because they'll actually sell surplus power back to the national grid.
Hey, James, big thing to turn, isn't it? That's going to be impressive.
ours look like Lego models compared to this one.
Yeah, it's a bit sad, isn't it, really? Yeah. See all the sheep coming to watch?
Yeah.
You want a hand, Miles?
Apparently, you don't bolt these things together. It's just the taper of the thing. It just jams it. That's very cool.
We've obviously got the base is all solid. They're putting together the three sections of the mast, and then they're going to hoist it up in the air after we put the head on it. So, if you like, that's just the tower sorted, and then on the end of that, we're going to pop the actual turbine itself. That's going to be interesting. It's a big old beast. Weighs about a ton.
I think that's the first time I've ever been in a turbine. I didn't even know you could go in turbines, but I did. It's fun.
It was all going beautifully, but they've forgotten the blades, which are in Carlisle, which is, I don't know how far away it is, but it's far enough. How do you forget the blades? I don't. The funniest thing was when it arrived on the lorry, there's all these big bits of metal, and I was standing there thinking, I can't see the blades, but I'm not going to say anything because that would be so stupid to say where are the blades, because they're bound to be there, obvious, and they weren't.
While work stops at the Keenans, we're burning biodiesel on our way back to school. Team Strawbridge are here to teach the kids how to make water hippos from all the bottles they've collected. What we're going to do is we're going to put these into the loos like this, which means they fill up with water. And whenever we flush the loo, what happens is not quite so much water goes down to flush the loo, which means we save some water. And if we can save this much water every time you flush the loo, how many children are at the school?
About 205.
205. You're a bit of a brainy box, you are, madam. Yeah. But OK, if we can save up this much water every time you go to the loo, we'll save 200 of these worth of water every day.
That's a lot.
Yeah. While we sort out the water hippos, James is teaching a class more about energy efficiency in his own special way.
And you guys will all get involved instead of me. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to attach it to the cardboard and then slide it down behind the wall, like that. And what that does is it means that the heat from the radiator, instead of getting absorbed into the wall, is going to radiate out into the rest of the room.
Gotta learn to reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Move it off. Yeah, this comes off there. We got this one to put in, yeah? And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck it in over there. See that big gap in the bottom there, yeah? We're going to top it in, and we're going to push it in under the water so that it sinks. And what we're doing, we're putting the stones in, little pebbles. And the reason why we're putting pebbles in this is so that it doesn't move around in there. Hey, baby.
I'm doing that one.
You're going to drop one in? Okay, which one are you going to drop in? That one?
Are the stones going to stay in there?
Yeah, they are. They're heavy. And can I have a little one, Jim? A little square one, please. Jim has got the world's smallest one. This little diddly one. Can I have a little tiny diddly pebble, please? Of course.
How much do you think the water's going to save?
Good question. Well, I reckon, you know, we've probably got the one that's the big one we put in there is about 3/4 of a litre, yeah? And I reckon the other one between them are about half a litre, yeah? Which means we're getting on for about over a litre and a quarter. We have to make sure we have enough water to make sure what's in the loo disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're with me on that one, kid, aren't you? I can tell. Right. This is Jessica's loo. She's responsible for this loo. So what I want you to do is I want to see in the water and see if it makes a good flush. Go, flush. That's enough flushing, isn't it? Now, if you look in there, all the 3 bottles are still full of water, aren't they?
Yeah. Yes.
Which means that we've saved all that water. Thank you ever so much. Thank you, well done.
Well, we're flushed with success at the school. Which is more than can be said for the Keenans, as the blades still haven't arrived.
I'm so glad you're home. It's big, isn't it?
No, we
that
wouldn't.
sits on top of that.
That's quite big.
How cool is that, though?
That's what sits on top.
I'm very excited.
It's only a little one then. Isn't that what the blades go on to? That.
Boys and their toys.
There's the blades. We've got blades.
Finally, the blades have arrived, and I've managed to nip back just in time. Good old biodiesel.
I can't wait to actually be using the juice from it. That's what really matters, doesn't it?
The only thing is, I've got to tell you, it's one of the
There's
nicest
no goddamn wind!
What do? We come here in the sunshine, and most of the time it's horizontal
It's
rain and...
always windy here. Why?
Well,
I mean, it really is. It's always windy.
but if it was really windy, we couldn't put it up.
You want to know frustration? It's a person with a wind turbine and no wind. That's the ultimate in it.
But look at it. Those trees were moving this morning.
There's nothing there, is there?
'Cause I'm under the weather, just like the world. So sorry for being so bold.
In Cambridge, Gary's been reaping the benefits of converting to biodiesel.
The car drives remarkably similar to as it was before. To be honest, you wouldn't actually notice the difference. It's not only greener because of the less emissions that we're putting out the back of the car, it's also greener because obviously we're running on vegetable oil, and as the vegetable plants are growing, they're taking carbon dioxide and fumes and things out of the air. So obviously we're tackling the green effect in many ways. I'll be honest, I'm more keen in the fact that it's saving me 50 pence a litre on every litre of fuel I'm putting in my car, more than the effect it's having on the environment. But it's actually an added bonus that I'm helping the environment and that I'm greener.
And in St Albans, the school is also saving more than just the planet.
Over to you, James. Right, and actually, Mr. Sturgis, would you mind having a calculator back up just in case we can't do the maths?
That's a challenge. Okay.
Right. How many cubic metres of water do you think we use in the school each week? Any ideas? Yeah?
38.
38. That's a very close guess. It's actually 34. And then we're going to times that by 38 weeks, which is the number of weeks you've got each year. Mr. Sturgis?
That makes 1,292.
Right. Now, we're going to work out how much that costs as well, because Mr. Sturgis is obviously interested in saving money as well as water. So, 1,292 times £0.62, which is the average amount that you have to pay for one of those cubic metres.
That makes a total of £801.04.
Whoa. Now, that's without the hippos, but if we have the hippos in the toilets, we actually only use 24 cubic metres each week. So that's 10 saving. And now is the moment of truth. Here we go.
£565.44.
So that's about £260 that we've actually saved just by putting hippos in it.
Wow.
Are you pleased with that? That's
Yes.
a bit of shock on his...
We could spend that money on something else.
Yeah!
At the Keenans, the wind turbine is nearly up, and so is the guest accommodation. But how long before this labour of love is complete?
You've got another year ahead of you at least, haven't you, really? Reality check.
No, we'll be finished this.
No,
Certainly this year.
This bit, not that bit.
We'll have finished that bit by the end of this year.
I can feel another bet coming on. Okay,
Absolutely.
we'll ignore that because you keep losing.
Another leg of lamb.
You're going to have the only one.
Hold on, we've had 6 lambs. I can afford quite a few bits.
Yeah, no, but hold on, they're all one-legged at the minute. You gotta be careful. But you know, but the whole project and the amount of effort, you know, it's a long old haul. Definitely worth it.
It's a long haul, and there are, of course, I mean, I don't want to come across as being trivial or not caring, because I think sometimes when you just say it's not stressful, it could come across like, actually, you're not that bothered. We are bothered, you know, hugely bothered. But this is something that we're doing for us as well, but primarily, this is for my kids and my family.
It's worth it as an investment.
And do you know what? Nothing is not worth it.
So how long have you been waiting for this?
Too long.
No, roughly.
It's must be about 3 years we started planning.
Yeah, which is actually only 7 months longer than you were hoping to wait for. But that's okay. And actually, to be fair, you've got the house, you know, the main part of the building's up enough for you to put some electrics in it.
Absolutely.
If it'd been
Now.
no, sorry.
Now.
Okay,
Stop nagging.
But I must be. I've got to say, this is a really special time.
This is a good moment.
After today, we're going to have free electricity forever.
That sounds very nice.
Well, not
It does.
forever, because we'll be dead forever.
Okay. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Thanks for that positive outlook on life, Bob.
We're moving.
Is
We're
that
going
the-
up.
Yay.
Yeah, we
Yay.
like this. It's going up. Look at that.
That's kind of going on its own now, isn't it?
Yes, it's well done. Look at that, eh? You got a wind turbine. What do you reckon?
Is that cool?
You two must be chuffed. Congratulations, kid. Yeah, well done, mate. Yeah, a lot of work to that. Is that straight? Hooray! Yay! Woo! Cool. I think Tommy's going to get half a chance at
Mum's.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Hey, well done. Good effort. The base is solid. I think I've got a final complaint about the project management. I'm sorry, but... Hello? Where's the wind?
It was ordered for the time I expected it to be out.
Which is 7 months ago, which is no good. Yeah, but well done. You know, I think it's all there. The brake's off. It's up. It's connected.
Yeah.
And as soon as the wind blows,
Tonight, we might have some electricity.
yeah, it'll be great. Hey, listen, congratulations. Well
Thank
done.
you.
It's been a real pleasure.
Wow.
It's been great, mate. Great to see the vision coming through. Well done, you. Yeah. Yay.
Good.
No, thanks for
Well
sharing
done.
with us. It's
Yeah.
been great.
I got to tell you, I look at that and I think it's worth it.
Oh, God,
It's worth the effort,
definitely.
isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for now, but we'll be back next month with a summer special. I learn a new skill,
There's no milk coming out.
and we solve an energy problem.
We've decided, after a lot of thinking, that we may use wind power. For more information about any of the projects featured in the programme, log on to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle.
And if you'd like to see more about going green, the community channel is running an environmental season all this month.